What's going on, people? It's your boy Antrell once again. Okay, so lately I've been getting the question of what am I running? What computer do I have? What is my setup? And how is my workflow? So I guess this is going to be a desk tour. Check it out. All right, this is my HP Pavilion desktop. This is the first computer I had originally when I started. The built-in SD card slots, as well as the memory flash and some other stuff. 2 USB ports in the front, as well as 4 more in the back. I actually added a FireWire plug into this computer because I was using it originally for audio applications. Anybody that knows me knows that I started off in music. But once I enrolled in Full Sail, pretty much everything they do is Apple or Mac based. Starting out, I did not know too much about computers. I did not really understand the specifications until going through my degree program. And that's when I figured out really what I needed to be able to handle all of the information that I would throw at the computer. The HP is fine for audio applications, but what I learned was the processor and the video card inside the HP was a little too low to really handle the video footage that I started to throw at it. So of course, in comparison to my MacBook when I originally got it, the HP was much slower. I was a technology junkie. I learned a bunch of information, started learning about computers, and it was just like, oh, Mac is the way to go. We had a surplus store at work, and I just went in the surplus store one day and actually found an Apple Mac Pro G5 tower. Has 2 Intel Xenon processors, so it is an 8-core machine. The G5 tower did come standard with the FireWire ports, but unlike the HP tower, it only had 2 USB ports. So I actually had to purchase a third-party unit that gave me an extra 8 USB ports. So I have a bunch of external hard drives, as you can see here. These are actually dedicated solely, one for film or video, and the other is solely for music. For sound, I have the M-Audio desktop monitors. I honestly can't remember what the specific name of them are, I just know the name brand is M-Audio. And to match the speakers, I have the M-Audio Fast Track USB audio interface. The mouse is nothing special, cheap Logitech mouse. I have the wireless Apple keyboard without the trackpad. And for my monitor, I am using an LG 23-inch monitor that I purchased from the surplus at the same time as I got the G5 tower. So to answer the question, which is better? Is it Mac or is it PC, Windows? And that, in my opinion, simply depends on which one you are more comfortable with. It's not more or less the machine, but the processor. So the reason why my Windows PC or the HP wasn't good for video editing, I had the wrong type processor. It actually has an AMD quad-core processor in it, which, like I said, worked absolutely great for music. Never had any lags, nothing. But when it came to video applications or video editing, it was much, much weaker. I actually had both computers rebuilt, the G5 tower and the HP tower. The HP was turbo clocked to 3.2 gigahertz, I believe, and had 16 gigs of RAM. The G5 tower, well, it has 2 processors actually. It has 2 Xenon quad-core processors, so it's actually an 8-core machine. So of course, yes, it runs much faster than the HP ever would, ever will, whatever. It just really depends on what you need to do with the machine or the type of footage you're throwing at your machine. What I've noticed is, even with my MacBook, it tends to slow down when I'm editing 4K footage. And because it's an older machine, this is a 2012 build laptop. It just depends on exactly what you're doing with the machine, whether it's gonna do exactly what you need it to do. I guess that's the most important thing. Now I will reveal the second most important item in my studio. Everyone should have this. This is my Western Digital 4 terabyte external hard drive that I use as a RAID type system. I save nothing to the machine and everything is backed up on this drive. In the event that my computer ever crashes and goes completely down, I have lost nothing. All right, we've made it to the end. I will now show you the single most important thing to me in my studio, in my setup. It's definitely not what you think. Gotta stay hydrated while working. I was at a gun show and I walked by a booth and I saw this patch. The lady actually told me that they made great coasters, and I could not disagree with the statement because I equally love guns and titties. And there you have it. I truly love guns and yeah. All right, so that's it, folks. Pretty much that's all I got for you right now. If you like this video, let me know you like it. You know what to do. Drop a like on that joint. If not, let me hear from you. Let me know what's in your setup that I'm not using. If you do anything differently, let's talk about it. Love to hear your feedback. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And as always, the grind speaks to your work ethic. If you continue to grind hard, then you'll meet expectation every single time. Trail signing off.